angels. Welcome to the Earth Angel Tarot. I'm the Earth Angel, and today I'm bringing you another pick a card reading. And today's topic is going to be, how do women see you? How do women view you? How do women feel about you when you walk in the room? We're probably going to be picking up more in the energy of like strangers and women that you don't know, but we might pick up on some energy of people you do know as well. So we have 3 piles here. You can go ahead and take a second and see which one resonates with you. We've got pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So go ahead and see which pile or piles resonate with you, and we can go ahead and get started. Hi, pile 1. So if you chose the first pile, then this is your reading. Now, right away, I do have to say, when I was pre-shuffling these cards and when I was shuffling them today and like getting them all ready, I was noticing some very, very strong energy. And there are 1 or 2 similar cards in each pile. I use totally separate decks. So if this pile does resonate with you, feel free to check out the other 2 because they probably will resonate as well. As I was saying though, very strong energy, so let's get right into it because I can actually tell that if you're a feminine, this is how like other feminines are viewing you. If this is a masculine, this might be how feminines are viewing you too. Take it as it resonates. But there are some very strong feelings here. It's not necessarily all negative, but I do have to say that if this is resonating with you, the way that women see or view you might be kind of conflicted, and might kind of dip into that low vibe energy, because I have to admit right away what I'm seeing here is a lot of envy and a lot of jealousy. So when women see you immediately, and this is not the only pile that got the 10 of Swords, for whatever reason, we can go ahead and see exactly why here, but especially with this Ace of Cups and the High Priestess, some of you I'm getting right away are very like attractive, enticing people. And for some women, when they see you automatically, 10 of Swords. All I can say is that they feel kind of like they've been stabbed when you walk in the room. But once again, it's not giving me that you did anything necessarily. These might already be women who are kind of in more of like a low vibe energy, feeling a little bit defensive, feeling a little bit insecure already. And when they see you, that might be kind of what pushes them over the edge, I'm getting. Especially with this Judgment here. Women definitely see you as somebody who's very loved or someone who inspires a lot of love. Someone very beautiful, someone a little mystical here too. You might be very mysterious. Women might see you out and about on your own a lot, but you look very comfortable, you look very content. Once again, I'm just getting this very strong like insecurity. You might inspire a lot of insecurity and jealousy from other women. Defensiveness. This might even be women, maybe they might witness how others also see you or interact with you, and that might inspire some jealousy. Some women definitely, when you walk into a room and they see you, they immediately start to judge themselves. They might even feel like you might be a little bit judgmental, but once again, I'm just getting, especially with this Ace of Cups here very strongly, it's like, you might just be a very like beautiful, I'm getting a loving energy here too. So women, ooh, that might be why here as well. So for some of you, you're very kind. You know, you have good manners. You're very friendly. And this might even make it worse for some women, especially if they're looking at you and feeling like negatively or like thinking negative thoughts about you. It's like then they feel sort of bad or like judging themselves for having these thoughts about you, especially if you do have this really lovely kind of kind, caring energy here. But what's interesting here though as well too is like I feel like women see you as very capable, very intelligent. You seem like you really have it all together. Women might also assume that you have a lot of suitors, that you have to be very kind of defensive in your life because you are so beautiful, you are so enticing. Let's see if I see anything else here. Let's go ahead and get a card for the High Priestess because I definitely think that there's more under the surface here. So it's like good. Yeah, you make women feel very defeated, pal, when I do have to say, especially if it comes to like maybe like comparing looks or status. I'm hearing for some of you. Wow, 9 of Pentacles, that's why I said status. So a lot of women definitely assume that you're very financially abundant. And this might kind of be at the core of this as well too, especially if some women are feeling a little bit insecure about their finances. I don't get the sense that you're the type to really like show off like crazily or anything like that, but maybe you have some nice things, or you just look like you take care of yourself. And for some women, they feel like they don't have that or that they don't match up. What's under the Nine of Pentacles here? Yeah, exactly. A lot of women, definitely when you walk into the room, they really are watching you and feeling like they don't compare here. High Priestess, please. Yeah, a lot of comparison here. High Priestess, please. Especially women who are in commitments. All right, here we go. We have the Three of Wands, the Justice, and the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so I have some good news because I was wondering with this High Priestess here. So if there's women that like you work with as well, that's all good. So I definitely see, yes. So women that you work with, women that you interact with kind of in a more like business sense, definitely think that you're very much like an upstanding, hardworking person. Three of Wands. Yeah, they know that you're someone that can be trusted and they know that you're someone who can like deliver. Like if they're waiting, like say if you have like a deadline or something, or they just ask you to do something, you know that you'll follow through in a really good, solid way. So I'm getting for a lot of this like Ten of Swords, Seven of Wands kind of negative, defensive, insecure energy. This is more so women that you don't know, or who are just seeing you. And even if this is women that you know, it's like they kind of, I don't want to say suppress, maybe they do suppress kind of these more negative. And it's not negative feelings about you, it's negative feelings about themselves in comparison to you. And it's just naturally comparing themselves, you know. For a lot of you, you're very ascended. You're on your upward trajectory. You're on your journey. But at the same time, it's like people, women totally understand if they're seeing your success, if they're seeing your abundance. Even women that don't know you. It's like, I feel like they understand 100%. Like if you are taken care of, if you do look good. It's like they understand that this is not just by accident. That like if you are taken care of, you deserve it. If you look good, you probably worked for it. If you have money, you worked for it. And so that's what I think this is here, because you have like this Ten of Swords, like initial. This feels like the immediate feelings when they first see you, like, oh my god, pile one looks great. They look like they're doing great. I feel terrible in comparison. But at the same time is like, if they observe you for a while or get to know you, it's like they immediately understand that the good things that you have in your life have been acquired, you know, fairly. And that they shouldn't feel these negative feelings about you. Especially because a lot of you are very kind, very loving. All right, let's see if we can get anything else. Yeah, they definitely see you as somebody very abundant, very forthright, truthful, honest. Just a good person. Yeah, they can definitely tell that you're loved as well, too. Ooh, and they can tell that you're desired. I think this is a big thing as well with the Ten of Swords and the Seven of Wands, and I kept getting this with really all of the piles, is that other women can tell that you are desirable. You know, whether it's the way you carry yourself, what you have, how you look, how other people interact with you. Yeah, they might not even have all the information, but like they know, yes, they know that you're an Empress. This Empress energy comes through really strongly. And for a lot of women, this is very threatening. This feels like a defeat. But that's the thing too, is like it's not even, what I'm not getting here, I am not getting women trying to compete with you. If you're resonating with this pile one, it's like women don't even think that they can compete. Wow. Yeah. Interesting though, with this Queen of Swords here. Let's get a little bit more on that. Because this is like, it makes sense. It seems pretty simple, but I feel like there's still more to uncover here. So Queen of Swords here. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Okay. So, okay. So they're also kind of telling us how different kinds of women view you, which I think is really interesting. So for women who are more of like in a Queen of Swords energy, I think these are really the main ones who are feeling this sort of negative energy for you. These are more like lower vibrational women. These could be women who are a little bit crueler, sharper with their words, colder. Maybe these are women who've had kind of bad relationships in the past, or for whatever reason, they have some sort of animosity towards women who are doing well, women who get invested in, if that makes sense. So this could be women who in the past maybe have been left or just have some sort of issues in their past, but it's also stemming partly from their behavior here. So I just have to say, like, specifically like lower vibrational women, possibly even like more abusive women, people who are just in that energy, these are typically the ones who feel this way strongly about you. And especially with the Seven of Wands and the Ace of Cups, I was picking up that a lot of women, when they get to know you, they see that you're a nice person, and so they kind of work through whatever immediate jealous feelings they have. But for lower vibrational women, this can probably actually aggravate them more if they're in a lower vibe. Yeah. And then you come up with this kind of lovely light energy. For some of you, you've been through a lot, but like you've healed so much from it that people can't tell. And so maybe there might be women who've also been through a lot, but like you don't really carry your pain on your sleeve like that. And so they might think you haven't been through anything and this like aggravates them. The divine will definitely protect you from people like this, but I think they want you to know that this is kind of the strongest negative energy here. But I see why. These could just be women who have their own hang-ups and they like to project onto you. They see you looking stable and abundant and they might, for whatever reason, project. That makes sense. Yeah, lovers. These are maybe women who've been left in the past. Maybe you remind them of someone they were left for. Something, you know what I mean. Something like that. And I get the sense that that's not even you, but if this is resonating for you, Pile 1, there might be a lot of people who project on you for whatever reason. They see you doing well and they just kind of project their own whatever issues they have going on here. But I also see too that there's not any sort of action behind this. So you're not the type who has like women like coming up to you or anything like that. Like these women are so intimidated. They just kind of see, beneath the surface, but just be aware. Anything else? Yeah. Oh, okay. For some of you also, you look really good and like young and fresh. Whatever age you are, like you look younger than you are. And this also can be very aggravating to low vibing. I wanted to say, okay, so for some of you, I just have to be honest. For some of you, you might be like people of color, women of color. And this might inspire some, I'm going to say jealous feelings. I'm going to be completely honest. Especially, I'm not going to lie. I'm like looking at these cards and this is really kind of coming out to me here with this Page of Wands in the world. So yeah, I do just have to be honest. If there might even be like some older feminines who might have some kind of bigoted energy and they're very intimidated by you, especially if you look financially abundant. Yeah, especially if you live in a community or like a country or area where there's like some diversity there. But once again, these are not people who are going to like do anything to you. They also might be able to tell too that you have a really good support system around you. Like you are protected and like well taken care of. So it's like they couldn't do anything anyways. But I am picking that up here really strongly, I have to admit. But like obviously that's not your problem. Like that's not your concern. But I think they just want you to know too. And for some of you, this really might be resonating for you where you notice a difference maybe. Depending on the demographic of how people kind of interact with you. But once again, this is not everybody. This is like a very specific type of feminine energy who is feeling this way about you. Who is probably already very insecure in her own life. And so projects this onto you. Especially if you look younger too. They might think like, oh, there's more of a power imbalance because this person might be younger and then you're actually older than you are. And they're like, whoa, wait, no. This is a full grown person. Like, I'm not going to try to take this person on. Yeah, 7 of Cups here. With the 8 of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, and women definitely assume that you have a lot of options. Women might, wow, yes. Women might assume that you've just got like a lot of suitors, a lot of options, a lot to work with. Yeah, they might assume that you might have to turn down a lot of people. And with this 3 of Swords here, I am picking up that there might be some feminines who definitely feel a little bit insecure about like their relationships, or like if they're out with their partner and they see you, this might inspire some insecurity. Definitely with that 7 of Wands there and the Ace of Cups. It's like, Spirit just wanted you to know, yeah. So I feel like this is all kind of related here. So I think they really wanted to let us know that in general, women actually view you very positively. I think that for a lot of them, there is kind of that initial kind of worry or concern there when it comes to like how good you look, how attractive you are. But there's specific feminines who really kind of project heavily on you. So you might even be feeling some of that energy. You're definitely protected from this, but just be aware. Especially like if you're seeing a certain type of woman and they're maybe like giving you some bad vibes and you're like, why is that? This is why. It's very, very much like envy, jealousy, projection, things like that. And I'm just getting that this is kind of nasty energy. So you don't have to accept that or like don't blame yourself or anything like that. All right, anything else? Yeah, just they feel very defeated in your presence because of your beauty, because you look so well taken care of. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, they definitely see you as someone like, wow. Definitely a manifester here. Ooh, what is this though? Interesting. Okay, let's see. Yeah, the Fool, Temperance, beautiful. So I think they also just want you to know too that you are very, very, very much protected by the divine from all this energy. So don't worry about it. Just keep being your beautiful, like shiny, bright self. This should not discourage you or make you change yourself in any way. Like you're very much on the right track. Typically, if you're aggravating lower vibrational energies, you're usually on the right track. I do have to say that. What's interesting here? I think people can kind of intuitively tell that you're protected by the divine too, or that you have like a divine calling here. We have the Page of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, the Magician, the Star, and the Death. Yeah, and I'm getting this more too. If this is resonating for you, Pile 1, for whatever reason, maybe it's because you look young. It might be because, the community you come from, your demographic, whatever it is. It's like you have more than people expect you to have. It's like if you're a young person, especially, some of you just look really well taken care of, or like you really have worked hard for the things that you have. And it's not even like, I don't want to be like, you're supposed to have this much if you look this certain way, even though some people do, for whatever reason, believe that. But it's like, you have not only more than that, but you have more than like the people around you, or they think that you do. Especially if this is someone way older than you. I think this is what it is. Or somebody assumes that they're like way older than you, but you look way further along just in terms of your material abundance. People also might assume, some of you definitely with that High Priestess too, some people also might assume that you have sort of like a witchy vibe to you, women. Like they might think, maybe they've seen you or heard you speak about something, or maybe just the way you dress or your style, your energy, the way you carry yourself. Women see you as a very powerful manifester. I'm getting, it's like, okay, it's very specific. This is like, it's like women, it's kind of weird. Like impossible, like you can achieve the impossible, whatever that means for you. It's like whatever you're doing, whatever you're accomplishing, some of you are really shaking up the status quo, even in just your day-to-day life. I think that's what it is. A lot of you shake up the status quo in your day-to-day life, just existing. You could be a really young person who's accomplished a lot, or somebody very esoteric and very spiritually inclined where you can just manifest like crazy. Or you come from a background where people would assume you're a certain way, but you're not. Or you might live in a community where it would be very difficult to achieve what you've achieved, but you've achieved it. And this is really rocking the foundation of some lower vibrational feminines around you. So just be aware. But once again, like I get a very isolated energy. So these are not people who are even able to touch you or impact you in any way. They're just witnessing you. They're witnessing you. Your beauty, your abundance, your talent, your magic. And for any of you, if you are endeavoring to make the world a better place, even just by being yourself, it's like people see the transformation of society in you. Some of you might be very like high powered or just doing something to change society in a positive direction. Women see you as evidence of the changing of society. I hope that's making sense. Some of you are feminists. Some of you, are really about, transforming the world and making it a better place. And for some reason, women can see that. For some of you, you might be, a different race or ethnicity and in a community where people don't really look like you, but you look like you're doing so well. And this can be very, very triggering for some lower vibrational feminines. So just be aware of that. But I'm getting, if this resonates for you, you're kind of used to this. And actually, you've kind of learned how to transmute that energy. So I think that's my main advice here, if this is resonating for you, Pile 1, is like, you can actually transmute that jealous energy. You can transmute any energy, really. And especially if some of you are maybe dealing with some, like, prejudice here, which I am seeing. Number one, I like to always remind people that racism is a sin and it's punishable. And if anybody is wondering about that, I would definitely recommend to kind of look at world events going on right now and kind of do a little bit further research into the history of some of the conflicts going on right now. And you'll maybe start to see why the energy is moving the way that it is. And so I think this is the main thing for you to know as well too, is like if you're, for whatever reason, this doesn't have to be about race or ethnicity, this could be age discrimination, background, country, culture, language spoken. You succeeding and you continuing to be your beautiful, light, loving, happy self, working with the divine, is helping to transform your community, your society, your country, the people around you. So keep doing that. Because it's like even people on the low vibe who are very threatened by you see the transformation that you're helping to create, along with your personal transformation. For some of you, you might just be, on your personal transformation so that maybe if something bad happened to you in the past, that never happens again. And people see that in you. They may not know exactly what it is, but they can feel it intuitively. They recognize that you are transforming the society you live in just by succeeding, just by glowing, just by thriving, just by pouring your love into the universe and getting all that love back. Wow, this kind of got pretty philosophical, but it really, really was a beautiful spread. So I do hope it resonated for you, pal. And yeah, keep being loving, because that's what's going to keep transforming things. Yeah. Also, too, really random, but here on the bottom, King of Pentacles. People might, or feminines might also be able to tell that men might like to take care of you or like to provide for you, but also be aware too that there might be some King of Pentacles, very stable masculine, coming in for you, and this might kind of be informed by how feminines view you. All right, so that's what I have for you, pile one. A little philosophical, but I do hope it resonated for you, and thank you so much for stopping by. If it didn't resonate, that's okay. You can check out one of the other piles, one of my other videos, or you can book a personal reading with me. All right, so if this is your last viewing, then I will see you later. God bless. Hi, pile 2. So if you chose the second pile, then this is your reading. And I do just have to say, I hope these cards don't freak you out. We got the 10 of Swords for the first pile as well. We've gotten a lot of similar cards for all 3 piles. So feel free to go ahead and check out the first pile or the third pile if this resonates for you. But this is so strong. I'm just gonna give you the words that are popping in my head. The first thing that I was hearing was when women first see you or view you or meet you, they feel ragged, run down, and I don't know why that is. I don't get the sense that it's anything that you've done. But I mean, look at this. We've got the 10 of Swords, the 6 of Swords, 3 of Swords, 9 of Swords. So I think Spirit just really wants you to be aware of this very intense energy, pile 2. I'm just gonna say it like I see it. When women see you, they feel completely defeated. They feel I mean, what else can I say with all these swords here? And it's not your fault at all. I'm getting that some of you, we're gonna see exactly why. Because this energy is so strong. I'm not even getting anything about you. This is all just about very intense, very insecure, stressed feelings right here. I mean, how many swords is this? It's not your fault though. It's okay, pile 2. Yeah, once again with this 2 of Pentacles. Let's see here. We're definitely going to need to get some more. So, yeah, with this 8 of Swords as well. I'm just seeing a whole lot of insecurity, jealousy. Why? Well, okay, I think I see why, but we'll pull some more too. So with this Wheel of Fortune here, you look very, very just lucky. Okay, this is why. And I was wondering why we weren't getting very many cards about you, because I was how can I even tell pile 2 how women view them? But I think the Wheel of Fortune encapsulates it perfectly. So they just think that you have it all. So pile 2, if this is resonating for you, you are absolutely beautiful. You look very financially stable and abundant. You look very happy and free and loved. You look like you have a great support system. Even if some of those things don't resonate for you, this is how women are seeing you right away. You look like just luck incarnate. And I think for whatever reason, once again, if this is resonating for you, check out pile 1, because I'm seeing a lot of projection here. where it's like there's so little information about you. It's like they're immediately looking at you and just being like, pile 2 has everything they could ever want. My life sucks. That's basically what I'm seeing here. All right, what is going on? Oh, goodness. That's why. I mean, okay. Thank you for... So, how they see you? Perfect. I mean, perfection. Wow. This is why with the Empress and the Lovers. They see you as so beautiful, abundant, just perfect. You have everything together. You probably have a lot of lovers. Men love you. Everybody thinks you're beautiful. What's going on here? With the Emperor. Oh my gosh, to the Empress. Okay. Okay. So if this is resonating for you, pile 2, there are a lot of energies, masculine and feminine, who respond very strongly to you, who feel very, very, very attracted to you. And it's like so obvious and apparent that like it's hard to ignore. So this might be feminines who are out with like, oh no, with the 2 of Pentacles and the 3 of Swords and the Lovers. So for pile 2, if this is resonating for you, when you walk into a room, all the men start looking at you. Is that why? Okay. So, yes. And this is giving me some similarities to pile 1, but this is even stronger than pile 1. This is like, wow. No competition. Oh, I'm hearing a lot of crazy things. So, pile 2, just be aware. There may be some people like you don't even know, people you never talk to or anything like that, but you are now relevant to their life just because their partner saw you. Is this true? Is that ever... Man. Yes. Okay. Death, 2 of Swords. You're on a lot of people's minds, pile 2. I will say a lot of feminine's minds right now. Once again, not your fault. You guys just look so good, like iconic. Iconic. For some of you, you're very unique looking and like you stand out so much. Like you're just like you leave. Okay, I want to say imprint like on people's minds, but they kept wanting me to say tattoo. So the memory of seeing you for a lot of people is like tattooed on people's minds. Wow, the Judgment, pile 2. Some of you are so beautiful. What else? Queen of Cups, very loving, very beautiful, very kind. Oh no. Okay, I have to say this. Pile 2, but just like be aware, like it's not your fault. There's gonna be no like negative impact for you or anything like that, but just be aware if for whatever reason you spoke to someone's like masculine partner, even just say like excuse me or like something like that, that was like, this is really, really, there's at least one feminine who's been like sent into a tailspin over this, and I don't know why. This energy is crazy. And I was shocked by this energy, honestly. Like, it's very good for you. Like, you're super beautiful, super abundant, super stable. Like, you look amazing. Like, super good. But I was like, why is this energy of how women view you, like, so intense? And I don't know what else to say. Some of you, like, literally are, like, so beautiful. Like, unreal, I'm hearing. What is going on here? Magician in reverse. Wow. Oh my god. Pile 2, if this is resonating for you, there might even be some witchy feminines. Oh god. Okay, this, I don't like to throw this out too much, but it does happen. You know, I talk a lot on my channel about, like a funny kind of like example is where I live. You know, I'll visit like a lot of the different kind of like cities like around my area, right? And every single city I go to has like a metaphysical shop now, like crystals, magic. They all kind of have different vibes and like different things that they carry, but they're always packed whenever I go in there, you know? Newbie witches like learning about witchcraft and that it's real and like wanting to play around with it. I always recommend like don't do that, especially not black magic. But be aware if there are definitely witchy feminines that you don't know who tried to put spells on you. Oh, I see. Pile two. So there are some feminines who definitely feel really stressed about you, really defeated. I don't get the sense you did anything. But specifically for some of you in pile two, there are definitely some witchy feminines who, for whatever reason, maybe they saw you. Yeah, they definitely saw you out and they got the bright idea to try to put a curse on you or something. Yeah, that's the last bright idea that they had. You're very protected, pile two. You're just, I mean, the Empress, like, and the Wheel of Fortune, get out of here. This is crazy. Okay, so this might be why. So this might be why. It's not even just magic. It's evil eye. Oh, pile two, you're very protected. Oh, you're very protected, pile two. So this might even be why. It's like a lot of feminines feel a lot of envy and jealousy for you. They do. Oh, with the Two of Pentacles. Oh, sorry. This is like all coming to me. So there might be a lot of feminines who just like give you evil eye. So just kind of look at you and feel very jealous, very envious, sending you bad vibes. But you're so protected, they like bounce off of them and immediately like hit them. Some feminines might even think you do magic just because they're getting karma for that evil eye. Some of you are so protected and this evil eye is so intense that they're sending you. Like, it'll be like immediate. Like someone will see you like at a store or something and be sending you the worst evil eye and it'll like bounce off of you and they'll immediately like trip and fall. Stuff like that. Oh my gosh. I mean, this is very, very specific. I don't know why they want me to say this, but for one of you, some feminine was like sending you this horrible, horrible evil eye one time when you were grocery shopping and her like card declined because of it. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Wow, because you were just minding your business and this person was like watching you. Like, fuck, what the heck? Who is this? Well, dang. There's definitely some feminines as well who definitely fear for their connections or their marriages or whatever when you're around. For some of you, you might be kind of like well known where you live or just like people know of you. And there might be like some places that you frequent or that you go to often. It's like when you walk in, like people get excited. But feminines, they're like, oh, fuck, like pile two's here. Sorry, I'm cussing. Sorry. There's definitely some feminines who literally curse when you walk into a room. Pile two. I'm not gonna lie, some feminines when you walk into the room, they're like hoping that you leave. Only because you look so good. But like, wow. But like, you're just off like having a good time, like minding your business, doing your thing, vibing, chilling. Eight of Wands here, what's that all about? But it's like, oh. So this is like definitely feminines who are like kind of watching you from a distance. These are not feminines who are gonna approach you in any sort of way. There might be feminines who, oh gosh. Okay, for some of you, maybe you went out or I don't know, maybe you just go out like grocery shopping or something and men or like people will approach you, not just men, but like people in general will just like approach you like nicely. And other feminines might view this and get like jealous. Some of you, you've definitely been approached by people and there were feminines watching who were straight up jealous. Like, of course, that person's gonna go talk to pile two. Like, look at them. Who are these people? Who are these feminines? Wow, it's true, though. I mean, but can you be mad at them? Like, imagine someone just being like, of course they're gonna talk to pile two. They're so hot. Be like, thank you. Like, like, how can you even be mad at them? Because it's like they see you as, like, just perfection. And, like, can you blame them for feeling this way? Pile two, like, you look so good. You look, you're just, like, happy as a clam. For some of you, too, like, you just look, like, so content all the time. Even if you're not, like, you don't show, like, what you're going through at all. People think that you're just, like, perfectly taken care of. You have not a problem in the world. Man, yeah, that's what they think. You can't make it up. The Ten of Cups the Knight of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles, feminines definitely think you're taken care of too. Most feminines assume that you've got, whether it's like a partner or a family or somebody like taking care of you financially. People think you have not a care in the world. They think that you're just living your best life, that you're great, that everything's taken care of, you got money in the bank, you know, the face card never declines, you look perfect all the time. This energy, and this is why this energy is so strong. And I'm not just saying this, like, I'm definitely channeling these people's energy. They're like, pile one is so good looking. Like, I'm sorry. Some of y'all are definitely little local celebrities, or the place where you work, or the people who you're around. Everyone just thinks you're like the bomb. But for a lot of feminines, they're just like, I'm so jealous. Like, ugh. Especially if they've got like bad things going on in their lives. And I'm sure you're like a normal person. Like, you've got your ups and downs, you've got your good and bad. But people just can't tell. Pile two. You're just like, I'm so beautiful. I've got my nice big pentacle. My life is great. Like, even if you're not resonating with that, this is 1000% how feminines view you. And they feel so inadequate in comparison. I'm sorry. Oh, God, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, the Nine of Cups. Wanting to pop out there with the strength. Oh, God, yes. Y'all get some feminines, like, angry. Feminines get mad, like, for real. Oh my gosh, the Devil with the Seven of Wands, yes. So just be aware, once again, like, you're so protected, as I said before, so, like, you're good. And you definitely do, like, this is not all feminines. So, like, you'll definitely, you know, have girlfriends, have people in your life who do care for you. And there's a lot of women I'm seeing who do admire you, but, like, you just look so good that it's, like, women just can't help but feel, like, destroyed. Like, destroyed in your presence. Aww. But it's, like, sort of defeated. I'm, like, looking at the face on the Seven of Wands and just, like, what can I do? Like, pile two, like, what can I do? Okay, my man's looking at pile two, like, what am I gonna... I'm sorry, pile two. I get the sense you don't play into this at all. Like, you're just minding your business, you know, building up your stability, working on your dreams and ambitions, you know. Maybe you want a connection with somebody, maybe you already have a connection with somebody, but I'm not getting the vibe that you're out here just, like, I'm gonna collect men like tarot cards. Like, no, not at all. But women definitely think that you could do that. If this is resonating for you, pile two, pretty much every woman you see assumes that you could steal her man. Like, for real. Not that you would, but, like, that's what they think. No. No. You wouldn't, though, pile two. I'm really not getting that that's something that you would do. I think you know, too, that stealing someone's man is bad karma. Nobody wants to deal with all that. Wow, anything else? Oh, gosh. Wow. Okay, beautiful. I love this. I love this. This is really nice, though, pile two. So you're not doing this on purpose. You can't help it. You're beautiful, pile two. You're so good looking. Some of you take such good care of yourselves. And it's like, I think you know that you have this effect on people. So you have really good boundaries. And you are really good at kind of being discerning with people, but not being hard on people. For some of you, and this is going to sound messed up, but some of you are just so good looking that, like, you understand. You're like, I get it. Like, people get jealous. Like, it's fine. You know, God takes good care of me. I'm grateful for what I have. I've got good people in my life. So, like, it's cool. And there is love around you, too. And I think that this is, like, the crux of it as well, too, is I think this is the core of it, is that feminine energies don't really know about your life. Even the people who are close to you, you keep some mystery. You know, you keep them guessing. But what they can tell is that you're very, very loved. You know, you love yourself. The people who love you, or people who are around you love you. Some people around you love you a little bit more than you are aware of as well. I'm getting that as I'm tripping up on my words. So just be aware of that. But they can tell that you're loved and that you deserve this love. You carry yourself in such a beautiful, loving way. But for a lot of women, it's just so intense. I think how beautiful you look, how well taken care of you look, that it really kind of throws them for a tailspin. For some of these feminines, they might even experience attraction to you, and that's also, like, really got them shook up. Yeah, I'm getting that strongly. That might also be a part of it, too. For some of you, you might have ignited some sexual awakenings for some feminines that's got them stressed out But once again, that's not your fault anyways. I'm not even really getting, with this Queen of Pentacles and the Empress, you guys, you might have like a really nice body, and maybe when you go out or something, or like party, like you'll kind of like dress it up, but in your day-to-day life, like you keep it pretty classy. And this is like even worse, because it's like, well, like pile two is not even like dressed that crazy, but like damn, they look so good. Anything else? Yeah, the menses, the feminines and the masculine energies. Whoa, interesting. I said that. You might even get some feminines in this King of Wands energy, which really freaks them out. Like they want to pursue you, or they like start to get into this like fiery masculine energy when they see you. That might also be it. I think there's just a whole lot of very, very intense, slightly confused feelings here for you, pile two. But just these view you as like perfection, like a work of art. And this is getting everybody all up in their feelings. But I do also see that you're like protected from any like really negative repercussions, and it's not your fault. And you can really continue to transmute this energy, and kind of let it continue to fuel you and fuel your confidence in yourself. Because I see that you've already got it in spades, but like don't let this like drag you down at all. You know, if anything, it's kind of proof that whatever you're doing is working. Wow, so that's what I have for you, pile two. Yeah, you got a lot of options coming in though, Seven of Cups. So be aware. Feminines and masculines I'm feeling, so just be aware of that, pile two. Wow, so that's what I have for you, pile two. Very intense, but I'm glad we were able to kind of get down to the bottom of it and see what was really going on here. Beautiful cards for you, and don't be too worried about this energy. God and the universe will protect you from anything, you know, dark. Alright, so that's what I have for you, pile two. I do hope this resonated. If it did, that's wonderful. If not, you can check out one of the other piles, one of my other videos, or you can book a personal reading with me. Alright, thank you so much for stopping by, pile two. Take care, and God bless. Hi, pile three. So if you chose the third pile, then this is your reading on how women view you. So I actually really love this energy. This is a little bit different from the first two, but I'm really loving it. So women are definitely noticing like your financial abundance right off the gate. I'm not sure if women, okay, especially here with this King of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. So when women see you, they can immediately tell that like you're financially abundant. That's like very, very apparent here. But they're not entirely sure if it's because of like all your work and you just being self-sufficient, or if it's like some masculine taking care of you, or like a mix of both. I think most women definitely assume, especially because you look so abundant, that you have someone also taking care of you. But they can also kind of tell that you are not like a lazy woman at all. Like a lot of you definitely like work very hard, and they can tell that. They can just kind of tell you probably have a career. You probably have your own endeavors. Feminines might see you out like alone a lot, but they like assume that you're not like lonely. Like you might just like run your errands on your own, but they might either like see you out with friends, or they just assume that there's like somebody waiting at home for you, obviously. I'm kidding, obviously. Yeah, so some of you just look like super beautiful. Some of you look really good and like stable. With this Eight of Wands here though, yeah, we're gonna clarify with that, but I think that this is like the initial energy. It's like women immediately notice like your financial abundance right off the gate. This might even be feminines who see you like alone. So maybe like if you go run errands or like you're working out, just whenever you're like not with other people, this might be the feminines who've only seen you alone. And so the main thing that's coming out to them is like pile three has money. Like clearly pile three has money. Someone is probably also taking care of pile three, but they look like they probably have like their own endeavors and their own things that they work on as well too. With the Eight of Wands, they definitely think that like you have like a lot of suitors, I think, that a lot of like feminines are assuming about you. I don't know, I'm tripping up over my words right now, so you might make feminines very nervous, especially with this high-powered energy. Let's get that Eight of Wands. So far, so good though. Let's see, Eight of Wands. Thank you. Okay, we got a lot here. Okay. Oh, I see why now. I see. Okay, thank you for clarifying. So, if this is resonating for you, pile three, a lot of you look younger than you are as well too, but you look super abundant and super stable. Like definitely like money is not in question for you, pile three. I mean, even if it is for you, when other feminines are seeing you, they're like, that person has money, period. Like that's it. But I think there's this kind of confusion. Yeah. Definitely some jealousy here, I do have to admit, especially with so many pentacles here on the board and that five of swords here, five of cups as well. Yeah, it's like feminines can't tell, especially because you look like very fresh and youthful, and especially if you look like you have like more financial abundance than would be like standard for someone of your age, whether you look like you're, 20, 30, 40, 50, whatever that is. People can't tell if that's like, or feminines just really wonder about your finances. Like, did pile three inherit that money? Did they have someone taking care of them? Do they have like, this great job? For some of you too, it's not giving me like super flashy or anything, and I think that's why even more. Some of you might have some nice stuff, but you're not like dripped out, in like a really stereotypical way. I'm gonna try to speak kind of as accurately as I can here, and I hope this resonates for you, pile three, because it's just what I'm getting. For some of you, you might have kind of ambitions to like move up in society financially or make like good connections. You know what I mean? You're trying to climb the ladder and you're doing it well. You stand out in that way. So for some of you, you might have nice things, you might have like designer things or just kind of signifiers of financial abundance, but you're doing it in a way that's very classy and subdued. I hope this is making sense. But there's so many pentacles here. It's like if you're not the type of person who is actively projecting financial abundance and this isn't your reading, you're definitely a type of person where that people might assume that you have money because of how you dress, how you carry yourself, what you do, what you buy. But I feel like this is very much intentional. Like you're working towards lifting your status in society. I'm not getting like a super this is not giving me like greedy energy though, or like I just want to be rich. You're just like, I want to be very financially abundant. And feminines can tell this, but it also looks very natural. For some feminines, if they know like what's going on, what you're trying to do, what you're trying to portray, they think you're doing it successfully. Now this is inspiring some differential feelings here. So pile three, I'm going to try to speak as clearly as I can here. This is very specific, I'm feeling. I mean, not crazy specific, but I do just have to say, like, if you're not the type of person who's trying to, like, lift yourself up in society, basically, if you're not trying to be a millionaire, this is not your reading. But if you're trying to be a millionaire and you know that you're trying to kind of send the signals to people of a certain status that you're trying to be in that circle, just know that it's working very well. For some feminines who are recognizing where you're going and where you're trying to go, they think that you're doing it marvelously. Like whatever you're choosing to wear, whatever you're choosing to invest your money in, however you're portraying yourself, you're doing it very, very, very well. But for some, they might be in a lower vibe and they see you as like, I hope you know what an upstart is. Just someone who like a social climber. So just be aware that some feminines see you as a social climber, but as a successful one. Not gaudy, not tacky. Just like you know what you're doing. But once again, like, I'm not seeing a super superficial energy here. So you might be the type of person who wants to make money to take care of your family, or to, contribute and to give money away, or, just to enrich yourself. You know what I mean? You have good reasons for doing this. You're not in a rush either, too. So I feel like this is very specific, but pile three, if you're the type of person where you're like, I'm trying to move up in society, like, really, truly, you're doing it the right way. And if you're being a little bit reserved, maybe you're not, walking in with like a $1,500 bag, but like a $500 bag. Once again, I'm just going to try to give as much practical advice as I can here for pile three. Because I'm getting somebody who's actually trying to become like a millionaire at least. And maybe is wondering, am I navigating this well? The people that I'm going to need to connect with, are they going to see me in a good light? 1,000%. I think masculines especially, this might even be feminines who are connected to masculines in a certain level of society who are looking at you or seeing you. It's like whatever you're doing, my biggest piece of advice here is like feminines, especially in the area you're trying to go, are definitely seeing your progress. They're seeing the signals that you're sending and you're doing it very well. And if you have any sort of like, my biggest advice would just be to really embrace where you are right now in this journey. Especially if you're the type of person where you are increasing your finances, but you're not where you want to be. Don't pretend like you are where you want to be. You know, if you can't afford the $1,500 bag, buy the $500 bag. If you can't afford the $500 bag, buy the $100 bag. You know what I mean? It's like you have a hardworking and a humility to you that's going to take you very, very far, but at the same time, you have good taste. You carry yourself well, you have good taste, but you're not pretending to be anything that you're not. I hope this is making sense, pile 3. But what I'm seeing here is a person who's working very, very hard to lift themselves. Someone who may feel like they're at the beginning of their journey. Maybe you're younger than other people, or you feel like young to be endeavoring on this journey, but go. And yeah, my biggest advice would be to send the signals that you want to be in a certain area of society or a certain level of society. But don't pretend to be something that you're not. Because if people look at you and they're like, oh, pile 3 is already a millionaire, I don't need to help them. But if people can tell, oh, pile 3 wants to be a millionaire, they're putting in the work and they're sending signals that they want to get to that level, let me reach out to them, let me help them. I hope that's making sense. And I feel like this is really, really good practical advice for anybody who's like literally trying to become a millionaire or trying to like lift themselves up to a higher level in society. Whether it's, you know, for finances or power to help make the world a better place. There might be some lower vibrational feminines who are seeing you maybe as more of like an upstart, more of like this fiery energy, but they also acknowledge that what you're doing is working and correct. Yes. So this is 100% confirmation. If this is resonating for you and you're like, I'm really trying to build my abundance, build my stability, and get to that higher level of society with good intentions, what you're doing is working. Just don't pretend to be something that you're not. Do your research. You know, I think for someone like pile 3, it can be very confusing, especially nowadays when we see all these kind of, you know, flex culture and signifiers of wealth. It can be very easy to think, well, okay, I just have to save up and buy the most expensive bag and then everyone in society will accept me. No. Continue to work hard, but if you have any humility in this, embrace it. Especially because I can see that you're so beautiful. You already have nice things where people are acknowledging you have good taste. You have a good work ethic. You look good. You carry yourself well. You have the manners. I'm hearing straight up, for some of you, you have the pedigree, but it's the finances you're trying to work on. Keep going. Feminines, especially the feminines in the circles maybe that you might be trying to reach for, I'm getting, they are recognizing and acknowledging that what you're doing is the right move. You're on the right track. So continue working hard. Continue embracing the abundance that you do have. You know, invest your money. If you want to, you know, get signifiers of wealth, invest your money into things that, you know, are classic, that are timeless, that are good quality. And yeah, just if you want a helping hand, if you want feminines in a certain level of society to help you and reach out to you, just don't go too hard and being like, well, I'm the hottest, I'm already the rich. You know what I mean? Just really embrace all of your good qualities and know that everything that you're doing is working right now. So yeah, and the things you can't buy, things like manners, things like kindness, consideration, humility, those things are indispensable in what you're trying to do here. But the fact that you're doing it the right way, the fact that you're taking your time, the fact that, you know, this is not a get rich quick or anything, but you're really trying to build a legacy for yourself and your family, you will be successful. And the feminines around you, the feminines, I guess, maybe that hold the power here, or that would recognize this, or that could give you a leg up, see you, and they recognize you. Some of them definitely feel threatened by you, but some of them definitely actually feel like, you know, you could fit in. So I don't know, maybe if there's like some country club you're trying to get into, or, you have some women that you work with who are higher up and you're trying to kind of get alongside them, trying to get tenure, trying to get partnership, whatever you're trying to do. I think you understand that wherever you're trying to go, that there are certain artificial things that you have to be able to display. But just do it at your own time. Do it at your own pace. Don't overextend yourself, and don't pretend like you have more than you do. You can show that you have nice things and things that will help you, I guess, fit into a higher level society. But just don't come in the gate like I've got the most. You know what I mean? All you need to do is have enough. Have those manners, carry yourself well, look good, be kind, network with people very well, and you've got it. And then over time, as you actually do build your finances really, truly, because I see we have like 9 of Pentacles here, 8 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles. So what I'm seeing here is this kind of this fluctuation where you are working very hard, you are gaining a lot, but you're not where you want to be at. But you will be, and people see that. And you might be at a point now where you have enough finances where you can kind of show a little bit of what you've gained. But just don't go too far. I hope that's making sense. You know what I mean? Like, if you can afford a Birkin bag, then buy a Birkin bag. But if you can't afford a Birkin bag, don't get it. Start small and work your way up. And I get the sense that you kind of already are. But just know that whatever you're doing is working. Don't go full throttle just yet. Because the feminines around you are really admiring the fact that you're taking your time, yes. And so for some of you, you might kind of be on a different side of that spectrum where maybe you feel like, I'm spending all this money on things and I want to get to a higher level of society, but people aren't taking me seriously. It's just because you're doing too much. Just scale it back a little bit. But I'm getting for a lot of you, it's like you're doing this perfectly, and maybe you're just wondering, like, how are people viewing my finances, I guess, or my abundance? They're viewing it very, very, very positively. But they also really acknowledge that they can tell that you're somebody who's still climbing up. And doing it very beautifully, very gracefully. Yes, really embrace this Page of Cups, Page of Pentacles energy. You're like, no, I'm not there yet, but I'd like to be. Can you give me a helping hand? Because there are feminines who want to give you a helping hand, who see your value, who would like to have you around. Whatever this means for you, if this is resonating for you, this is definitely a much more specific reading. But if this resonates for you, you'll know. So, especially if you resonated with piles 1 and 2, but this one is also resonating with you, I think that was more supplementary to just let you know that there might be some feminines who are looking at you and feeling very insecure, especially if you're like showing some displays of wealth or finance. But there are also feminines like who actually hold the power to help you get wherever you're trying to go, whether it's, coworkers, someone you work with, or the partner of someone you work with, partner of someone who could give you an opportunity. I hope this is making sense. There are some powerful feminines who are looking at you, acknowledging your hard work, and they want to help you. Especially if you're showing that, I would like to live a more luxurious lifestyle, or I'd like to have more finances, or I'd like to lift myself up in society. They acknowledge that, and they want to help you. Because you have this wonderful, beautiful Empress energy, but you still remain humble, and you still acknowledge that you're not where you want to be yet, but that you're working towards it. And the ways that you do spend your money, are very admirable. You have good taste, you're thoughtful, beautiful. Wow, so this definitely was a little bit more specific for you, pile 3. If this didn't resonate for you, or if you felt like you kind of wanted to get a little bit more of a general or a broad view of how feminines view you, go ahead and check out piles 1 and 2. But this is specifically for feminines who are like wanting to move up in society, wanting to really increase their finances here. Let's get one more to close out. Perfect, thank you. Absolutely, wonderful. Oh, yep, perfect. I love it. Yes. Okay. So there are definitely a lot of high-powered people who have the power, have the resources, have the access to get you where you're trying to go, wherever you're trying to go here. So continue on this upward trajectory. Be very positive and be very hopeful, because there are definitely some feminines. I'm getting for a lot of you, this might be older feminines who see that you have good manners. For some of you, you just like are so focused on work, like you're just very upstanding people, and they really admire that. And you have good taste, you know, you look expensive, you know, and I promise you, wearing the most expensive thing does not guarantee that you're going to look expensive. You know, you can wear the cheapest thing of the collection and look like the wealthiest person. It's all about how you carry yourself and not doing too much, and I think that you've learned that, really. Yes, and they're waiting for you. This really could be like a new job. Maybe some of you are trying to break into an industry or something where there's a lot of money circulated or people make a lot of money. You've got it in the bag. I just want to say, so keep doing what you're doing. Don't go too hard. Don't go too far. You know, stay steady. Really focus on the quality of like your hard work and your manners. I just keep hearing pedigree. For some of you, you know, you were raised very well by your parents, and you can't buy that. And people can tell. There are some really high-powered, wealthy people who want you around. I have to say that, pile 3. Take that as it resonates, if it resonates for you. Wow. So that's how these specific feminines feel about you. So once again, if this didn't resonate, you can check out the first and second pile because that gave more of like a general vibe. But this is specifically for some people who are around some feminines who might really have some serious power and financial sway. Wow, that's what I have for you, pile 3. Beautiful. You're doing fantastic if this is resonating for you. And all 3 piles, you know, people just see you, I mean, incredible energy. I love my collective. Like, you truly are some of the most beautiful, brilliant people out there, I swear. Absolutely beautiful. So that's what I have for you, everyone. I do hope at least one of these piles resonated for you, but if it didn't, that's okay. Once again, you can book a personal reading with me or check out one of my other videos. Thank you all so much. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Everybody take care and stay safe. God bless.